So on this day in history, on April 12th, 1861, the Civil War started, and it lasted until May 13th, 1865. So the Union Army, about 2 million soldiers, was nearly twice the size of the Confederate Army, with about 1 million. It was the deadliest battle fought on American soil. There were nearly 625 casualties in total, making it the deadliest war.
So around 9 million people lived in southern states at the time of the Civil War, and around 3.4 million were slaves. 66% of the deaths in the war were due to disease.
During the war, they used bayonets, which were sharp blades attached to the end of rifles. And President Lincoln asked Robert E. Lee to command the Union forces, but Lee was loyal to Virginia and fought his side.
30% of all Southern white males between the ages of 18 and 40 died in the war. In the Second Battle of Bull Run, many of the wounded were left on the battlefield for 3 to 4 days.
In the first few battles, each side did not have regular uniforms. This made it tough to figure out who was who. Later, the Union would wear dark blue uniforms and the Confederates gray coats and pants. Many of the Southern men already knew how to shoot guns from hunting. The Northern men tended to work in factories, and many did not know how to fire a gun.
Execute her. Just go.
And then again I say, I'm hoping we can make some wishes out of airplane.
Come to Yeager Airport and get all your snacks at a reasonable price.
Baggage claim.
You can see the history of a lot of planes here.
You can also learn a bunch of history on this important historical figure of Chuck Yeager.
Come to Yeager Airport for all your flying needs.
Here we push it east. Alright, this is our surroundings. We have troops coming this way in already that I stood for, and then also we have troops right here. Now we need troops over here, but I think honestly if these people are coming in this way, cornering them, they'll come out that way. So if we just keep pushing them this way, then they have no way out, and then we win the Civil War. Alright, sounds good? Sounds good.
We're on defense, so all we need to do is survive. I don't know of any armies they have over here, so if we follow it this way, I think we'll be safe. We just need to watch our surroundings.
Okay, I'll send for the troops.
Okay.
Break.
rations are low for the war. So we have to use what we can.
Okay.
Because this is the only thing that we have an abundance of.
What are we supposed to do?
7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in this great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are men on a great battle of the war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who gave their lives that this nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot concentrate, we cannot hollow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have consecrated it, far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will have little note, nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what that we did here. It is for us living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished works which they who fought have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave us the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that the dead shall not have dead in vain, that this nation under God shall live in the new birth of freedom, in the government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from this earth.